Subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man.
Um, Everything jumped off. I still never let nobody know that I was doing anything until we had nobody knew that it was me until we had like a show at a VFW right outside of town in Hearn, and everybody was rapping and doing their thing, and they was like, man, y'all alright, but where the fuck Chalie Boy at? I was like, woo. So we used to rap. We used to do hella promotion. We used to wear 33rd record shirts. Feels good to be a king. A whole bunch of different brand in the market, and everything that was created and generated from the music, Bull would put back into the promotion and distribution, all the stuff that we was doing. We was hand in hand in all that. So when I got, they was like, man, everything rocking, and then Country Grammar came on. They was like, yeah, and Red went on first, and then I came on. They was like, oh, man, that's Miss Mary's son. I'm like, yeah. Well, hey, I ain't that same cat y'all thinking about, blah, blah. Like, man. So from there, it was just steady progression. And blessings on blessings, appreciation. Did a little bit of everything. So it's a wonderful feeling, and it's still a beautiful blessing.
Can you do this I'ma take my shine right now.
Don't you go nowhere, Muhammad 2G.
There you go.
I'ma take my spot, riding on top. Fifth drop, sixth pop, seventh elevating out my trunk up to the top. Beating down the block. Hydraulic, I've been so hard. Fucking all my wheels until my frame wop. Ready or not, a nigga done ran me hard in my face and my spot. Hollering what the blood clot. Nigga, what you talking about? I could care less about you, your kinfolk, your whole other fucking cops. Buzzing shots out my Glock, unload and reload. So before I do, keep my name out your mind. Act a ass in the sign. Freestyle kings in the motherfucking house, and you know it wrecking shop. Down in Austin, Texas, Navigator Lexus, like excursion on Big Bourbon, sipping, drinking, popping X and customized Mustang. DJ Brown, the bull is off the motherfucking chain. Gon' stain the whole globe with vocals that's so throw. The third coast is gon' hold and remain. Had a sign on, get my shine on. Niggas dying off and flying off from a sawed off. Now I'm signing off. Whoa.
Man, hold up, man. Thank you for that. Appreciate that, man.
No problem, brother.
Man,
no
hold up, man. What was going on that day, man?
Man, it was shout out to Muhammad 2G, produced a beautiful song that Don't You Go Nowhere Without Me Forever. And he was like, the beats are forever. And that's the truest story told. Like, we sitting here and we doing this podcast. Somebody else is gonna do a podcast years later. It might have the same type of flavor, but this is the original. Donnie Houston's gonna be the original. And there are so many originals that have come back, and even with that vibe that he put down, like he got that vibe from somebody else, but he mixed that so beautiful that the past and the present came together right then and there. Like I couldn't, that beat was entrancing to me. And he put together the way he put his version of that song together. I rock with that till this day. Shout out to Muhammad 2G. And it was just, that's how I felt. Like by then, like we was working on, I was working on making sure that everything was gonna be good, because I'm not in competition with nobody, but I know that I'm not the greatest overall. So I'm gonna pick my brain and put what I got together, and I might write a line and then it flows again. So like I wasn't no perfect freestyler, so I was gonna make sure I got it together. And that's what I felt that day, and it was just,
that's a classic. As you talking, I'm sitting here just like shit just going off now. I'm thinking about that swinging chrome, man, off that tank, man. That was another one, man.
Yeah, man. And like we were trying to, like, we heard how Screw and Screwed Up Click did. We're not them. they have that long drive style and just going. And Bull was a DJ. Screw was a DJ, of course, but he was showcasing more of the guys that were coming through the crib and they going off. He like, man, fuck it, just keep running this bitch back. Uh, we, I'm not from H Town. We got, by the time everything's gone to a point, we have Rhino, Big Red, Big Ache, and Lil Show. They're all from different areas in H Town, but we are not based out of H Town. So that was an uphill battle within itself. So we had to do a whole lot more work to get established in the cities, in the inner cities. We were getting love from Dallas, getting hella love from Austin and San Antonio. But still, it took a minute to get to those actual places. Texas is a huge spot, so our goal was like, we gon' tighten up these lyrics. We gon' get these mixtapes going. We gon' get this production right as best as we could. And mind you, first starting out, we weren't digital. It was all analog. It's on a board like this with a tape player on the middle of it. Push record. If you screw up, if you thought you was good, you better have it You better have that memorized. That freestyle, whatever you did, you better memorize. Because if you fuck up and say, "Man, I fucked up," you gonna have to do it all over again. It ain't no
punching.
Ain't no punching. So and we were just streamlining everything. And while it wasn't working for us in the major cities and getting that love, we were hitting every small town, every town that Bull knew. Coops from Crockett, Tights from Bryan, so he right down the road from me. Tights, Navasota to Hempstead, where all the family members that he knew, he reaching them. Coop is Crockett, Texas, East Texas. I'm with my family members that I know in Dallas, Hearn, Calvert, Milano, Rockdale, Caldwell, all the people that I know. Hey man, if you like this, man, start pushing this out this way, because we got Austin and San Antonio that's showing love, and the Latinos and the black folks in Austin and the Latinos in Austin, all up and down that way. I mean, we trying to just push everything where we got love to the max to spread everywhere else. And though, like I said, we partially had these cities, we didn't have them all full. Austin showed the first immediate most love. That's why I shot I Look Good in the park in Austin, because that was our version of appreciation. Thank you. And then it ripple effect. Like, it wasn't always the goal is to make money and keep money back into the business, but like, you can't get everywhere without knowing all the stores, all the marketing. You know, you gonna take a risk when Southwest Wholesale was in effect. It's a beautiful thing, but you gotta put in on consignment. So many things going on. Like, you can't risk just sending them your whole catalog and then something happen, like actually did happen. You can't risk all that, putting your pennies and your everything in one bunch. So we was spreading out. We hitting distributors, dropping music off here. We driving ourselves, our own personal vehicles, to locations all over Texas, even out of Texas, distributing our music. Dallas, that shows us equally as much love right now. Man, there were so many bootleggers on every corner with everything. You would not believe that they had your music like they had your music. I mean, if you had to give a description of the Dallas bootleggers at a point, you might as well say that they were actually LimeWire. They were actually social media. They were the livest thing streaming, man. If you was trying to get to Dallas and you thought you had a hot song, if it ever played on the radio, or you had somebody popular from Houston go down and visit somebody in Dallas, by the time you make it there, it's on every corner. So, and you can't make every profit, even though you like to and try, but your goal is to be heard. You couldn't even be mad at them. You could never be mad at somebody that was trying to sell your music because they thought it was popular. They thought it was jamming, so they thought that they could make a profit off of it themselves. It's it's a give and take. It's bittersweet. But if I was never out here, how do I expect it to get out here? So that was the most. That was the most. Man, I want to punch you in your throat. Instead of that, how about I get your number and I give you a consignment of these. I already know what you're doing. Stop selling those because they not the real looking one. We gonna give you these authentic ones. And when you want to make this profit, I don't know what you're making off your own, but if you would take a percentage off of doing this for us, we'd highly appreciate it. And I got you. You know what I'm saying? Your name going on the next CD. Done deal. And that's how, when we weren't out there, once we got out there, how we built up our reputation of literally even the bootleggers that were the top names and bootlegging and everything. Like, I'm not bootlegging they shit. I get they shit for real. Nah, y'all stop doing that. I'll get y'all to connect to these guys. I'm not finna be the middleman for them. I'm finna call them and tell them to call you. That was the respect that they started giving us until we started getting distribution in the actual music stores and all of that. Even after that, they were still showing us love on the hood corners and all of that. I'm like, and I respect that to the fullest. I appreciate that.
Donnie Houston.